Hello everyone, welcome you all in this session. Myself, Assistant Professor Ripal Gupta from LG School of Law. Today we'll take the subject of public interest lawyering and the topic of discussion is understanding of the Supreme Court power. Now let's talk about the power of Supreme Court of India. Supreme Court of India is the highest court of India and it is, that its judgment binding to all over in India by all the courts of India. Even Supreme Court has certain power, a very wide power to give justice. One of them article is Article 142, which vests the Supreme Court with the reservatory powers that can be widened in appropriate circumstances to give complete justice. So Article 142 gives a wider power in the hands of Supreme Court if Supreme Court thinks that there is an improper law or there is a need to have a complete justice. It may give any judgment which is it should be there for giving the complete justice to the citizen. So 142 has very widened scope in terms of power of Supreme Court, where Supreme Court by giving for giving complete justice can give order, direction or command to the government authorities or to the persons. Apart from Indian constitution, this complete justice is again also been seen in the Bangladesh and Nepal constitution. Only these countries have this kind of a power with their Supreme Court. The apex court has defined the Article 142 in the case of Ashok Kumar, state of UP. They defined the term complete justice. They said that the phrase complete justice engrafted in Article 142 is the word of with couch with the elasticity to meet myriad situation created by human ingenuity or cause or result of operation of statute law or law declared under 32, 136 or 141. So it says that complete justice has very wider scope if any statutory law or any human ingenuity is there where there is no one can give the justice, complete justice to the person who agreed from certain situation, then apex court has a right to give complete justice to that situation by giving orders or commands or even giving by guidelines. So the jurisdiction and power under Article 142 are supplementary in nature, are provided to for doing complete justice in any matter. That means any matter related to any which is there pending in any court, be it civil or criminal. If there is the court finds that there needs to have a complete justice, they can detain the matter and can give this judgment which is suffice to give the justice to a person. So this is the power which left completely in the discretion of Supreme Court. If Supreme Court thinks fit that particular matters needs to be seen through this eyes of 142 because there might be a statutory law problem or there is a process and a problem in the execution of law or there is a lack of or lacuna in any matter or relating to law, then if they find that through 142 they can give the complete justice. It is all on the discretion of Supreme Court whether they think fit to give this matter as a complete justice or not. So the scope of Article 142 defined by Supreme Court in the case of Supreme Court Bar Association versus Union of India. In this case, Supreme Court said that the plenary powers of Supreme Court under Article 142 of the Constitution are inherent in the court and are complementary to those powers which are specifically conferred on the court by various statutes, though are not limited by those statutes. So he said it's a plenary power of in the courts in the hands of the court, and no statute can limit this power. Those powers also exist independent of statutes with a view to do complete justice between the parties. So he says that these are the independent to this kind of statutes because this is just to give the complete justice to the parties. These powers also are of very wide amplitude and are in nature of supplementary powers. These powers exist as a separate and independent basis of jurisdiction apart from those statutes. So this is an independent power in the hands of Supreme Court which no statute can limit this power because they are independent power in the hands of Supreme Court. This plenary jurisdiction is thus the residual source of power which court must draw upon necessary whenever it's just equitable to do so, in particular and ensure absence of due process of law. So this power can be entertained by Supreme Court at its own discretion when it thinks fit that there is somehow not need to do a complete justice to the parties, and there is a problem in law, or even though there is lack of legislation in particular matter, then Supreme Court take this article in their hand and can do complete justice. So to do complete justice in the parties while administering justice according to law. So basically, to do complete justice, if the court thinks fit that apart from the law, statutory orders, we need to have to do something, for giving justice to the party, we need to use our discretionary power, then this article can be used by Supreme Court. Further, the word complete justice has been interpreted by the Supreme Court in the case of Supreme Court in Delhi Judicial Service versus State of Gujarat, wherein K.N. Singh, Justice K.N. Singh, and three-member bench observed that the court's power under Article 142, subclause 1, to do complete justice is entirely of different level and of a different quality. Any prohibition or restriction contained in ordinary laws cannot act as a limitation on constitutional power of the court. So Article 142 has a very independent role under the Constitution because it's a plenary power of Supreme Court. So no ordinary laws can put limitation on this Article 142. To do complete justice, Supreme Court can use this discretionary power to do complete justice. The same observation was done by the Constitution bench in the case of Union Carbide Corporation v. Union of India, that is very famous Bhopal case. Same way, to give complete justice, they have elaborate the absolute liability concept over here. So it is necessary to do complete, and in this case they also speaks about the complete justice for the people of India. Further, another Article 32 which gives an extensive original jurisdiction to the Supreme Court of India, that any person who aggrieved by the any statutory authority, or any person whose rights has been infringed from the public authority, then he can directly file a writ petition to the Supreme Court of India, and the writ petition available in the Supreme Court of India: habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto, and certiorari. So there is another power in the hands of Supreme Court. So we have discussed about the Supreme Court's power under the Constitution of India. Under Article 142, the Supreme Court has discretionary power to entertain any matter and to do complete justice. And Article 32 gives power in the Supreme Court to entertain writs. That means if any person has infringed from the rights, they can directly file a petition to the Supreme Court of India and can take a remedy. So it's all about this session. Thank you.